Okay, so today we will do the CSS part, introduction to CSS. Now, what is CSS
Mm,
basically? Open up Paint. What we will do? We will do CSS, cascading style sheet. Okay,
mm,
cascading style sheet means actually when you develop a web page, the web page is written in
mm.
HTML.
Yes.
HTML. Okay, but normal HTML will not give you a good look. For that purpose, to apply some style on it, means if you want to
Mm,
apply some styling. Now, what style? Uh, just a minute.
Could be a font, a tag.
Mhm. Just a minute. Just a minute. Okay, so HTML, if you apply some style with it, so it will be more presentable. Okay, it will look good. Now, how to
Mm,
apply style? The style is been defined by CSS. Now, again, as I told you, for web technology, you do not require any book. Means if you want, you
mm,
can buy, but uh, there are multiple subjects in the means multiple books available.
mm,
Okay, so inside web technology, you have CSS like that, HTML, JavaScript. How many books you are going to buy? And those books are very costly, so you do not require any book. So many web resources are available, so you do not
mm,
require a book at all. Okay, so the best resource
mm,
for learning these things is, as I told you, that W3 schools. Okay,
mhm.
you can learn many things from W3 schools. See here, if you want to learn CSS, so just write CSS. So with the CSS tutorial, you will get here. This is the CSS tutorial. Okay, you can get many things from here. Okay, so if you
Mm,
take this thing as your learning tool, web technology will be good to you. Okay, it will not be means there are so many things in web technology. Okay, just try to
yes.
get the knowledges of different techniques in it, different part. The first basic part is HTML. After that, you have to know something called style, then script, like that. Okay, so what is basically
Correct.
style is ornamentation. If you open any website, for example, this is a website. Okay, I think
Mm,
the site is looking good to you, na?
yes.
Now, if you follow that, this is a button, right? This is a button.
Mm,
Okay.
yes.
Now this button is appearing on a box. Na? This box is not like this one. Means if you can draw a box like that. Okay. But if you carefully follow, the box is something like that. Okay.
Mm.
Means the
The
rounded
rounding.
corner.
Mm,
Normal HTML will give you the box like this. If you want to really have a
mm,
box, then you can get it like this. Okay, with border. But applying CSS, if you apply CSS to it, so it can be look like that. Okay,
mm,
and many things you can do with CSS. I will demonstrate one or two means about CSS. Although I am not a CSS developer, but see, in this technology, everyone need to know something. Okay,
correct.
so means in industry you have a specialist or CSS developer. They only deals with the
Mm,
UI design and development, everything. Okay, I am
mhm,
not a UI developer. Okay, but I have to manage. I have to
mhm,
guide them. I have to tell my developer that okay, I want this thing happens to you now. Get it? So the basic things of CSS is always known to me. So I am just
mm,
delivering it to you. How to look into the CSS? What are the different parts of CSS? How can you apply CSS? And my aim, today's aim, and how can you develop
mm,
yourself in CSS? The first one I already gave you, that this is a tool that you can take um, for your help. Okay, you do not require any book. Next,
yes.
you must have a editor. Okay, say I we have VS Code, VS Code. You can have any code editor, and it will be better if you insert a plugin into the VS Code, CSS plugin. You can have.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, acha. Next, how to code. Okay, so to code, what we have to do? We have to open the, although CSS do not require to be developed in a server environment. You can apply the CSS on simple HTML and you can double click that HTML. That HTML will display on your browser and the CSS property will take effect. No problem. But as we are doing everything inside a server, so we must follow the same rule in case of CSS also. Okay, so I'm just starting my Apache server through XAMPP control panel. I
Starting
hope
this.
you got it. What is XAMPP control panel and
Mm,
all these things we have discussed in our previous classes.
yes.
So XAMPP control
Mm,
panel is okay. Now what we have to do? We have to go inside the root folder. Now, where is our root folder? We have installed XAMPP
yes.
folder in E drive. Inside
So,
XAMPP folder, here is a
htdocs.
call htdocs, and inside
Instead.
htdocs we are making everything inside this web tech. Okay, I made this folder because I will have other
Mm,
folders too here, so I will do
mm,
everything about this class in this folder. Okay, so I am going inside it.
mm,
In our previous classes we did these things. Today we will do something like that, demo css.
can you please show me once that? Okay, PHP file.
Where is the php file? We did not do
We
any
did
PHP
one
file.
PHP file.
We just did
The last
that
class we
PHP
did one,
file
right?
for,
Only for linking purpose.
yeah. So do not go with PHP. PHP we will do separately. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, last class we did it to give you the essence of server sending, means client sending request to server, and how server catch the request and send the response back to. So for that purpose, I was needed a server based file, and that is your PHP. HTML cannot do that. For that purpose, I
Mm,
created that PHP file. Otherwise, forget about PHP for current time. Okay,
mm.
just move inside this demo. Uh, Means this, we are going to attach this demo web tech folder to our VS Code. I hope that has already been added. Mm, Login. See here, login folders. Okay, so we just remove this folder, close folder from our VS Code, and add this webtech folder with our VS Code editor. Click and drag. See, our webtech folder has been added, and we are going inside demo CSS. Okay, fine. Okay, inside demo CSS we are going to run a file, say test1.css. Sorry,
It's within the
no, no,
demo
no,
folder on.
just
It is
just a minute. It will not be inside, it will be inside this demo css folder. Okay, inside this demo css folder, and the file name
so
will
we
be
are having one more folder now here, right?
yeah, test.html. See the folder structure here. Inside webtech I have demo CSS. Inside demo CSS, I have test.html. Okay. So how to run that? I told you can run always the HTML file by just double clicking it, but that is not the proper way of running a website. What you have to do, you have to go here, localhost, then slash our web tech folder slash demo CSS. So inside demo CSS, you are having this test.html. So just test.html. Currently, we did not write anything here. So you are getting an empty page. I am taking this HTML document. Okay. So inside
In this
this,
also HTML document only.
yeah, we're taking only HTML document here.
Mm.
Say h1 demo CSS. Fine. Okay. Just a minute. So if you run it, then what you will see demo CSS. We are running the
Mm.
URL. You look the URL. See here. This is a proper type of URL. Okay. This is a actual URL, web address. You can say this is a web address. But
Okay.
if you
Mm.
double click it and start it, see here, just copy it and just paste it. This is not a web URL. Web URL. You understand that?
Yes.
Because
Yes.
these are the static part. Okay,
Mm.
these are the static part. But this is a web URL. It will always point to a server. It is point to a local machine. Okay.
Mm.
So double clicking and running an HTML file is
Mm.
not the way of running a web project. Okay. Anyway,
Mm.
so come here and let's start our
CSS.
CSS. Okay. See, let's do a basic theory of CSS. So what is that? CSS is basically of three types. I'm just typing it. CSS are of how many types? Three types.
Three types.
First is your inline CSS. Okay.
Mm.
What is inline CSS?
That's what we write
Style
along with the mm.
is written with the
inside the HTML file.
tags. The tags style attribute. Right? Number two is embedded. Style is written inside head style. Okay. Or maybe, yeah, I will demonstrate everything written inside the style tag in page. Okay. And the last one is external. Style is written in a .css file separately and kept inside a folder in your project folder. Okay.
Okay.
Remember, I told you what is the folder structure, basic folder structure of a basic folder structure of a web project. What it is? So, suppose your website name
It's
is
okay.
no website name.
Website. Okay.
Say myflower.com.
Mm.
Okay.
mm.
So it will be the folder myflower.com. So this will be the root folder.
Okay.
Inside that you will have some img folder, right?
Mm,
Maybe some js folder, javascript script folder, maybe some css folder, maybe some. These are not mandatory things, okay? These are some conventions. We
mm,
follow these kind of things,
mm,
okay? And the files, index.html, about.html, and dot. Okay,
mm,
so this is a basic folder structure, and this may always vary from project to project as per your requirement. So initially, what
mm.
we are looking here, we have three kinds of
Three types of CSS.
CSS: inline, embedded, and external.
Mm,
Okay, we'll look into it, no problem. But first of all, tell me what CSS is. CSS is basically attribute based
mm,
CSS property. Now, what is CSS property? Suppose you want to change the color. Okay,
mm,
so you will have a property called color. Okay,
mm.
for a property, you have some value. Okay,
Yes.
so property by value. Okay, you have to write
Mm,
like that. Say you have a tag P. For each and every tag, you will find an attribute called style equal to, within double quote, you have to maintain the style. So what style? It's a color. So that will be a CSS property. That will be one CSS property. And you have to
mm,
mention its color. You can give color in any notation, maybe hexadecimal code, maybe red, maybe some other
mm,
things. Okay. I will tell you. And that's all. You have mentioned a CSS property for this p tag. And whatever
mm,
you write inside here, this property means this property will be affected on all text inside this p tag. Inside this p tag,
mm.
this
Okay.
is called css. Sorry, this color is called the property, css property. This red
Red is the value.
is called the value.
Mm,
Red is the value. Okay,
mm,
and this thing will take effect inside this p tag only, not on, not
mm.
in other p tag.
Outside them.
Okay,
Mm,
you will see it. So in this way, you will have many CSS properties. Okay.
mhm.
So how can you find all those CSS properties? Again, you go.
So here inline means like within p tag if
I
we
will,
write this
I
style.
will describe it. Okay, I will describe it. Don't worry.
Okay.
Just go in a process. Uh,
Okay, fine.
we saw that how to write a CSS property, right?
Okay.
Obviously, this is the process of writing an inline CSS. I will describe it separately, no problem. So
Okay, fine.
currently we are learning how to write a CSS property for a tag. Okay.
Okay.
If you want to write a CSS property for a tag, you inside a style write this thing, and inside this style tag, what we can do, we have to write like that: property colon value.
Mm,
This is the syntax.
yes.
Do not use this
Syntax.
equal. Okay.
Mm,
So you can apply multiple properties in a CSS for a tag also. We are now just coming here. First, we will demo inline CSS. Okay. Now see here, demo inline CSS. Just a minute. So, what are the properties that you have to remember, or how can you find the properties that I was telling you? See here, these are the properties. Okay, and you do not have to remember all these properties. You do not have to
Yes.
remember all these properties. You will
Mm.
find it. How? I will show you right now. Okay.
Okay.
Whenever you require a property which is not known to you, if you want
Mm.
to find it, okay, then
Mm.
you just type the some words, okay, that is in your mind, and the property will be in
Mm.
front of you. That I will also demonstrate to you. Now see here.
Okay.
Just give me 1 minute.
Mm.
Okay, see here. This is demo.inline CSS. Now here I am giving a paragraph tag. P, inside P I am writing India. Here I am writing another paragraph. Here I am writing, say, Bangladesh. Right?
Mm.
Now I want to apply, say, save it and run it. So you have these two things now, India and Bangladesh.
Mm.
If you want to apply some CSS in it, see here, style, say color. See here, whenever you are inside a style, you will
Mm.
find these are the CSS properties. Okay,
Yes.
your editor will automatically give you all those
Give
CSS
the.
properties.
Mm.
Okay, if you apply some CSS plugin, VS Code,
Mm.
then uh,
Mm.
you will get more. See color. So inside color, you are going to select some color. See here, I'm
Mm.
selecting some color, any random color. Okay, just by
Mm.
press Control Space Bar, and you will get this color panel. See here, if you delete, I am pressing Control Space Bar. I'm getting this thing. Okay,
Mm.
so after that you are pressing a semicolon. See here, after semicolon you can put another CSS property. But first let me save it and run it. See here, see the color change now. The color has been changed.
Yes.
Okay. Now to make this thing a little bit bold or larger, so I'm applying some tag called H3. Okay,
Mm.
H3. Here also I'm applying H3. H3. Now see here. Okay.
Mm.
See here, when I put H3, the color disappear, na?
Yes.
The color disappear. Why?
Color is
Because
disappeared because that is a ready-made tag.
H3 has its own property. Okay. If
Mm.
you want to make the color change for H3, then you have to apply this style inside H3 also. Let's see, it will change. Okay.
Okay.
But if you have some other text inside this paragraph, suppose you do not have,
Mm.
you are not going to put
Mm-hmm.
that inside any other tag. Say I am taking some text.
That also will be in this color, whatever property we
Yes.
have given.
So I am taking some demo text from here.
Mm.
This is a demo text site, right? Okay.
Mm.
I'm putting this demo text. Now observe, this text will become, sorry, some, I just want to put it inside style color. Just remove it first. See here. Okay. So
Yes.
all the text inside this
It's in brown
paragraph
color.
becomes this one. See, in CSS, JavaScript, HTML, errors will not be visible to you. Okay, you have to find
Mm.
it. Okay, so save it and run it. See here, India is appearing in this color. Okay, now see, if you want to specify some other attribute, means value. Okay, so where you have to
Mm.
do means for other tags the same attribute means you want to apply the same color to your paragraph also, another paragraph. So you have to write the same style tag here, na?
Mm.
Sorry,
Mm.
the style. The same you have to write here. Okay, so that every paragraph in your file, right?
Will have the changes.
Oh, sorry, it is there inside H3. So if you omit it from here, then it will also run. See here. Okay. Now for the time being, what I am doing, I am just removing this H3 tag for simplicity, but you can understand properly. So I'm just removing this H3 tag and I'm and some other text. Some other text putting here. Okay. Now the same style you want to apply for it also. What we will do? What you will do? The same thing, right?
Yes.
Now see, every paragraph contains the same color. Okay.
Mm.
Now think one thing. You have say 10 or 15 paragraphs in your text, and for each
Mm.
paragraph you apply the same style. Okay.
Mm.
After a few days you want to change the color.
Mm.
Okay. Then what you have to do? You have to alter a for every.
Alter it in for all the 15 paragraphs.
Okay. So that is not right now. That will be a
Yes.
tedious job for you.
Yes.
Here is the advantage of having a different style that is not inline.
Mm.
For inline, you have to put the style each and every for each and every HTML element. Okay.
Mm.
So I'm just trying to make you understand what is inline and what is embedded. So I'm just copying the
Yes.
same file, save as test2.html. Okay. And what I am doing here, this is test2. Okay. So
Mm.
currently I am writing, I am just test2.html. So currently the same effect. Why? Because everything is same. Now I'm going to remove this style from here. This automatic help sometimes irritates me. Okay. Means I cannot move my mouse to anyone. It is automatically giving me hints. I do not require that thing.
Suggestions.
Okay, now see here, there is no CSS now. Means we just
Yes.
considering the changing the color.
Only the plain text
Okay.
is there.
So what we have to do? We have to write a style tag here. Style type text slash CSS. Okay. You may omit this type attribute altogether. Nowadays it is do not require. Only style
Mm-hmm.
writing style is enough. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Inside that, what you are writing, say P, give this thing, press enter, and write your desired CSS properties here. What it will do? So currently
Embed.
I am changing the color only and changing the color to brown. Okay, fine. What
Mm.
it will do? It will find every p tag in your document and it will apply this CSS property listed
Same.
here.
Mm.
Okay. Now see how easy it become now to change. See here,
Mm.
if you change the color, if you want to change the color to some other, so just press Ctrl space bar and took some color from here. Okay. Now sometimes you will it will take too much of time to choose a particular color from here. So for that purpose, you can always take the help of, see here, CSS
Color code.
color picker.
Palette.
CSS color picker.
Okay.
So you will get some CSS color picker. Okay. From
Mm.
this CSS color picker, take this hex code, copy it, and put it here. That's all. Okay. Now refresh it. See the change take effect. Okay. So in web technology, you continuously have to take the help from web, not from books. Okay. So this is your
Mm.
embedded style, writing the CSS in embedded style. I am, for
Mm.
simplicity purpose, I am not adding more CSS properties to it. Okay. I am just
Yes.
uh, telling it with only one CSS property and one tag. Okay.
Okay.
Now see.
Now Srinivas and Srikanji has
Hmm?
joined. Now Srinivas and Srikanji has joined. Hello Srikanji.
Second.
कैसे हो?
Areva. Just a minute. Just a minute. So what I was telling you,
Mm.
this one, see here, this is your uh, this is the way of writing embedded CSS code. Okay. Now
Yes.
see, you have some, you have another page in your, maybe I
Mm.
am copying this thing,
Mm.
means in a website, say 4.html. You know, in a website you will have multiple pages na.
Yes.
Many pages. Okay.
Mm.
So like that, here also in our this project, this demo CSS, we have three files: test 1,
Mm.
test 2, test 4. Okay, right? So
Mm.
in this test 4.html, I want my uh, the same effect. All paragraphs will
Mm.
be in the same color
Mm.
color set. Okay. So what we will get?
Sorry, bhai, I'm interrupting you.
Sorry, just a
Hello,
minute, just a minute.
hello.